people like you are getting involved, and you can't be intimidated. You can't be called racist. You can't be called anti-anything else. You are American patriots. Wear that title with pride. And this lady is an American patriot, and I'd like to bring her up now. She's a real inspiration. Catherine Engelbrecht.
Hello, Houston, Texas! It is awesome to be standing in front of you. I've got a very simple message, but I want to tell you kind of where we've come from, what we're doing right now, and my hope is that in the next 5 minutes we will walk out of here with hundreds more volunteers for the True the Vote effort. As Michael said, our group is King Street Patriots, and in the last election cycle, we were looking for that answer that I bet many of you ask yourselves on a very regular basis. What can we do? Do you ever feel like that? What can we do? And so we had heard that there was a need for people to work at the polls. And we went and volunteered. We thought that that volunteering at the polls would be it. We thought that we would go volunteer, we would have a great day, we would feel good about ourselves, and that'd be that. Our experience, unfortunately, was very different. We saw people who were allowed to vote without any proof of registration. We saw people who would come in and say, I don't remember who to vote for. And then the election judge would say, oh, I can help you with that. Take them on into the voting booth and press the button. And because we were ill-prepared, and because our minds are not wired that way, when we took that information to the election judge and said, I don't think that was legal, I don't think that's right, we were told, it's my word against yours, what you going to do? And thus was born True the Vote, because that is not going to happen on our watch. We are perilously close to a place in which every major election could well be decided in a court of law. If you think back to Florida of 2000 and you remember what it looked like, those pictures of the guys holding up and looking for the dangling chads, right? If we don't get involved, that is where we are headed. I suspect that many of you, like me, have always had the following voting experience. You go to vote, and you submit your registration, and they check it, and then you sign the book, and you move down the line, and you get your little slip, and you go vote, and you get your sticker, and you're done, and everything's great. And for those of you that have that experience, you may be listening to what I'm saying going, well, geez, that doesn't happen, really, does it? Yeah. Not all polling places are the same. There are those polling places where you can hear crickets on the conservative side. We're not showing up to volunteer, and I submit to you that it's because we didn't know we were needed. We didn't know that that was a real hole, but now that we do, we're responsible for it. Because if we know it to be true and we do nothing about it, we're complicit in it. And I suspect that none of you here want to live in a country where you cannot depend on the fact that your vote is counted and counts. We must work to defend our elections and keep them free and fair for everyone. This is not about party, it is about principle. Okay, so I have an assignment. Everybody hold up your programs, please. Just want to make sure you have them. All right. Now, take them down and turn to page, I don't know what page this is. Turn to this page. It looks like this. You'll see our ad. It says election fraud. The rustling of pages is a beautiful thing. You see it? You got it? Okay, here's the deal. True the Vote still needs about 300 poll workers. We expect to have between 800 to 1,000 or maybe more volunteers working at the polls on Election Day in Harris County. We are specifically looking for poll workers. What does it mean to be a poll worker? You have to live in Harris County. If you live in Montgomery County, they need them too. So if you live, whatever county you live in, we're specifically right now recruiting for Harris County because that is where we contend we're looking at ground zero, because if we lose Houston, we lose Texas. And if we lose Texas, we lose the nation. Poll worker needs to live in Harris County for this application. They need to be 18 years old. Beyond that, we will put you through True the Vote boot camp and train you. We'll put you with a team so that nobody goes in alone. But we need you to step up and volunteer. So if you refer back to this ad, go to truethevote.org and sign up. truethevote.org and sign up. Now, what I want you to do with this program, because you've got some big headliner speakers coming up, and you're not going to remember little old True the Vote by the end of the night. I want you to dog-ear this page right now. Everybody remember dog ears? Like this, right? So when you go home and you throw this in the back seat of your car, and then you pick it up maybe on Monday on your way home from church, and you're cleaning out the back so you have a good clean car for the next week, you're going to see this dog ear, and you're going to think, what was that? And you are going to remember to go and volunteer to work at True the Vote, because I tell you, it's on us. We have waited far too long and been far too dependent on government in far too many ways, but specifically in our elections. We've thought that they got it. They don't. I stand before you in all humility and transparency and sincerity, and I am imploring you to please volunteer. If we do not step up, who will? It's not optional. Our country is worth standing up for and fighting for. Are you with me on that? I appreciate your time. Please volunteer to help out at truethevote.org. We are going to see wonderful things on November 2nd, and we're all working so hard. Let's not get 95% of the way there, and then on Election Day, look in our rearview mirror and say, we should have protected our polls. Let's not do that. Let's drive it all the way home. Thank you so much. TrueTheVote.org, we need you.